presentation about unique technology and unique company from Kazakhstan. Actually, this company owning the technology from A to Z, full chain of production of PCR and PCR tests. PCR tests became very popular during the COVID-19, but I have to mention that PCR is also used to detect any infectious disease present in Asia or Africa, any place. Plus, PCR test can be used in detection of cancer. It's more important. So also, in the, it's not only infectious, but non-infectious diseases also can be used. And the company developed their own technology, which is started from scratch, and now they're seeking for partnership in marketing, also in investment in Kazakhstan, in the Middle East, and globally as well. And let us invite Mr. Arman, the presenter of this presentation. He will start, and later we can have a session of question and answers. Please.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? My name is Arman. I'm from Kazakhstan, Алматы city, and today I'm going to represent the group of company called Diamed. So the group of companies has a complete, the full biotechnology cycle production of the PCR industry, from the development to delivery, the product to the client. And we have established our business since 1995. Next, please. So, you may probably know what the PCR means in our modern world, right? The polymerase chain reaction. So the PCR basically used for any type of diagnostic, molecular diagnostic. So, and I would like to speak, so we have the plenty of brands inside our country. For example, we have the Chamomile, 7R Bio, and Ultra PCR. The next, please. Actually, when I realized that I need to show something about our production, so I emphasize on the three main problems that we face in the global market during the quarantine, during the lockdowns. So the first problem is the COVID-19 diagnosis and the other infectious disease actually. And the second is the cancer diagnosis, also known as diagnosis tumor markers. And the last one that I emphasize on is diagnosis of genetic disease. So why are these problems, right? So the first of all is a lack of production inside every country. So when your country is locked down, so you need to make a production on your own. So the lack of production, and also why is these problems? The second opinion is the late diagnosis, right? So, and we have actually two types of solution that we made on our own right now. Next, please. So we call this solution of Plan A, which includes timely and affordable diagnostic for any type of infectious disease. For example, COVID-19, HIV, HPV 16, 18, right? Something like this. The second one is we can offer the scaling production, development, and implementation of any type of PCR diagnosis for your needs. And the third, the main actually is solving, for now, the solving logistic problems when sending products to anywhere in the world. So we call it door-to-door technology. it is the solution of plan A. Next, please. So the solution of plan B, we can offer distribution of a complete list of our products, so more than 200 items, or we can work with OEM technology or model. The second, which is really main for any production, is to transfer of production technologies, any type of them. We have plenty of them, right? And the third one, the last but not least, is we can make localization of production in your country to the place of demand, something like Africa or another country. Next, please. When we started our production of PCR industry, it wasn't so many perspectives, but now for 2021, the global market of PCR diagnostic amounted 7.8 trillion US dollars. And in the near future, until 2028, further growth is projected to 13.8 approximately trillion. So it's annual growth rate of 8.4%. So it's actually the main perspective for the why we're doing the production of the PCR diagnostic sector. Now, during our preparation for presentation, we have emphasized our side on the values we have achieved. The first is infrastructure that we have created makes it possible to provide most remote and needy region with timely and accurate diagnostic and the necessary equipment. In addition, the kits, region kits that we supplied, they are at the price three times lower than of the world market leaders. Next, please. On this slide, I wanted to show what we really do in our market of PCR. So we started from the basic, from the preparation, for example, transport medium, and we ended on the thermocycler, which means equipment. So we also, as I mentioned before, we can make, and also, actually we made the PCR test for human genetics, right? And next, please. Actually, in this slide, I wanted to show that we have the production of a wide range of region kits. For example, the first, for the needs of clinical diagnostic of the bacterial, viral, something like COVID, right? The second is for the needs of clinical gene diagnostic. And the third is working for detection of so-called GMOs, genetically modified organisms. Also, we can work without real-time PCR on the detection of the infection agents in the agricultural plants. And last but not least, we can make the production of region for the detection of DNA of animal origin in food and feed by using the real-time PCR. Next, please. On this slide, I'm so proud to show you that we certified with the international standards, so-called ISO 13485, which is the basic for the production. And also we certified with GDP certificate right? Next, please. On these slides, we have marked our uniqueness of our company. The first one is low cost, as I mentioned before, because we have localized our production in Kazakhstan, right? And the second one is logistic. Production located within the country greatly simplifies logistics and goes to the wide range of countries. The third one is training. The main point of our uniqueness is training of laboratories, because in the beginning of 2020, as many of the laboratories which is used the PCR diagnostic, they didn't know how to make the PCR test. So we can provide the training of laboratories from the beginning till the end. And actually, the last but not least, the technical support. We can support our clients also from the beginning of making the PCR test, also till the end, which means that to provide any type of results. Okay. The next one. Also, we our CEO, Mr. Altai Kalimbetov, he truly believes, as do I, that by restoring the chain of investment, personal production, Kazakhstan, or any kind of countries, will be able to reach the level of development and application of technology that meets the needs of its economy. So, to sum up my speech, I wanted to thank you all for coming, and also I can assure you that we can make the production of PCR, we can make the distribution, and we can provide the really good quality of the PCR test for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rahman. So,
if you have any question.
So it's similar to food self-reliance. Food self-reliance, here you have diagnosis food reliance. But it's diagnosis self-reliance. So if we move this technology to United Arab Emirates, so United Arab Emirates can be independent from other providers from the West. So you're producing your own tools, and you're making your own PCR tests, and you're fully independent in case. So, and secondly, I would like to underline the diagnosis of genome genetics, which is, I think it's one of the most important questions here in the Middle East. Yeah? And I know that when couple meet each other and planning to become a couple, they can go for genetic tests.
Right.
So let us have in United Arab Emirates own technology to make it. Don't depend on the West, America, or in Europe. So you are welcome.
Thank you.
So any questions?
So is it the production? Is it also this brand is taken commercially to other countries from Kaza, or still it's on the
It's still located in Kazakhstan, so it's a great opportunity to join. Still in Kazakhstan.
But as I mentioned, we can make the localization in your country, so it's no problem to us, because we have many thoughts of scaling production, also the science-based production, right? So it's no problem at all.
The main important point is they have all needed qualified staff, including engineers, scientists, everybody on the board.
So committed to take this brand out in Kaza.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Make first Emirati one, and you can go beyond Emirates. Saudi Arabia to Africa to Asia. The demand in Asia is very huge. I mean, let's say Indonesia, Vietnam, or Pakistan, the population huge. And all needed tests, PCR tests.
Any more questions?
Скажите, с кем можно обсудить более подробно?
So no,
Mr. Rahman,
yeah, with me,
Yeah.
also with my colleague, Mr. Anwar. Mr.
Mr.
Anwar.
Anwar is going to present another presentation. So
We're open to
afterwards, we
collaborate.
can sit down and
Yeah. No
we can
problem.
discuss it.
Sure, any questions? No. Right, guys, you're really good people. Actually, thank you very much.
So next.